a round of applause to our resource person for today. He goes by the name Emmanuel Bassi.
Young Professionals Forum, Lagos State Chapter presents Professionals Chat, a weekly professional and career discuss featuring interactive session, power-packed insights, authentic networking, faith-fueled focus, and unstoppable growth. Meet our guest speaker, Ceci Hoyendayin, a legal practitioner and managing partner at Bloomgate Solicitors, fellow of the Institute of Construction Industry Arbitrators. He is the creator of Real Estate Law Conversations, a media platform where he breaks down real estate topics for Nigerian real estate investors. Now, join us every Friday for a virtual session by 8 p.m. live on Zoom. Meeting ID and password provided.
Your dreams are not what you see when you sleep. Your dreams are what keeps you awake.
Profession. So can you type it? If you're a lawyer, just type lawyer. If you're a banker, if you're a finance professional, if you are anything, just type it so I will know how to answer this question. I'll tailor it to us. So just type what you do. Just put one word and I'll be reading the comments in 1 minute. So now can we go? Who's going first? Just type what you do in the comment section so that I can chat box so I can see it and I'll be able to. I'm a lawyer, so my answers might be tailored to the legal space, but also I can also tailor my answers to everybody if I know what we are doing. So can we send our answers to the chat box? Who accountant? Yes, Mr. Shegun said accountant. Okay, who else? I can see accountants. Okay, telecom engineer, fantastic. That's Emmanuel Adeoti. Oh, lawyer, oh, nice. I can see Pichiku. That's nice. I have a lawyer. Oh, Chinoso, my brother. This is my very good friend. Chinoso, lawyer. Okay. Emmanuel, strategic financial analyst. Okay, so basically, all of us are professionals, right? And this is my events planner, decorator, and editor. I see 3 in 1. That means this is amazing. You are doing 3 things. This is your you're anointed. Okay, so contractor, fantastic. Yes, so that means we are all professionals. And what I will say is relatable to all of us. Before I answer that question of how the question about how, pardon me, about how I started my journey. Okay, so let me first of all define it, personal brand, because at times when I understand the concepts, it makes it easy for you to appreciate the concepts and also see how you can start building yourself. So personal brand is a very buzzword, but it's not new to this generation. That's always been there. It simply means reputation. So when people hear of Ceci Hundeyin, my name is Ceci Hundeyin. Ceci Hundeyin, I'm from Badagry, Lagos State, Nigeria. I'm a lawyer. I'm a Christian. I have many parts of me. When you hear my name, if you know me before, if you have seen me online or offline, if you hear my name, of this, that guy, I know that brother, that guy, there's something you attach to my name. People that know me from childhood till now, they know a lot of things about me. People that know me as a lawyer, they know people that know me in church. Different people know different things about me. Those things could together. It's your personal brand, it's your reputation, in simple words. But now, how do you make it attractive like I have done for myself? That is where the word branding comes in. Branding. So branding is how you package yourself for people, how you package yourself that people can perceive you in a good way. That is called personal branding. And personal branding, someone defined it. The guy's a Christian, he's an American guy, he's a marketing expert. He says personal branding is Rory Vaden. It's on Instagram, Rory Vaden, also on YouTube. This personal branding is the digitization of reputation. How do you take this? Because now you're talking about the topic is building visibility in the new normal. So how do I make people know me and have a perception or know my reputation without seeing me? That is where online comes. So it's the digitization of reputation. But generally speaking, personal branding is using polished communication methods to project your personality. Your personality is everything about you. Your name, how you dress, what you do, your value systems, your convictions, your political affiliation, if you have any of those things, your results, your reach. But nowadays, because you are in online, you focus more on their reach. I have 10,000 followers. I am on Instagram. That is not personal brand. That is just a platform to amplify your personal brand. Having said that, how did that start my journey? I started practicing law in 2013, November, by God's grace, after schooling for 5 years in the university. And I started practicing law as a private practitioner. That means I worked in a law firm. I didn't work in government. I've not worked in any company. I worked as a lawyer in private practice. So I focused more on trying to learn my trade as a lawyer, right? For the first 5 years, I did that. And by 20, okay, first 3 I did that. By third year, I left where I was working in Lagos, Ikeja. I left that firm to start my business. I mean, I didn't plan that, but God spoke to me that I should start that business, my business, after 2.5 years of working. I was like, I'm still young. I mean, I don't know anybody. How do I even start? But I obeyed God, and I don't regret it today. So after doing that business for 3 years, I realized that, man, I only know people in church. I only remember as my neighbor. People don't really know me that much. I'm making money, but not like good money. I'm just there surviving. So how do I get people that don't know me? How do I expand my reach beyond my immediate community? That was what I was just feeling. I need to go online. I had LinkedIn since 2014, but I never used it for anything serious. I had Facebook since 2018 university. No, 2008 university. I had Twitter 2000 and maybe 2010. So all these platforms, I just have them, but I don't know how to. I was not using them deliberately. I didn't just go to school and read, but I was not using it for myself. So during COVID, 2020 March, I said, no. This, okay, what happened? I was on a call like this. Exactly. Yes, I was on a call like this, but that call was organized by Young Lawyers Forum of the Nigerian Bar Association. By my own committee, I was the chair of the continuing legal education committee. We organized series, we organized a series that organized for our members every month. And that was our first webinar. And it was on WhatsApp. So the guy I came to speak to spoke on this same topic, visibility. This same topic, visibility. But that guy was doing fantastically well. He was in Australia, was doing his PhD, he was the lawyer, was doing great things on LinkedIn. So I sat down and I listened to that webinar and I said, no, this is my life. I can't continue like this. I must do something about it. Pardon me, taking the light. But you can still hear me. So I said I must do something about this visibility thing. And after that webinar, I said I must take an action after this session. So I now call my friend, Tracy Bromakati, come. I want to start posting on LinkedIn. He said, please start. I said, but I don't know what to do. So just start posting about property law. Don't even bother about it. Just start posting and people will follow you. So I went to Google. Google has a course, but they stopped the course because it's titled Google Digital Marketing something, Digital Marketing by Google. So I did that course and I understood digital marketing in 5 days. I wrote notes, took I passed the exam, so after that I said, let me just start posting on LinkedIn. So I started posting what I know in property law as a lawyer from 2013 till 2020 March. That was what started that journey. And since that time, I've not looked back.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Key things I picked from Barrister's journey so far. Number one, he said, obeying God. And I believe that sometimes it may not make sense. Obeying God may not make sense to even you who wants to obey. It may not make sense to people around you. But once you obey, we have stories in the scripture, and we have a story here also with our resource person that obeying God is the number one, thing you must consider in building visibility. Number two, he said, take action. So if you have obeyed God, you must take action. And the third thing he talked about a certification he did, from Google. So it means when you take action, you also need to seek knowledge. Very important. You also need to seek knowledge. The barrister, I don't know if you're still with us. We can't see you from here. Barrister Ceci, can you hear me? I can't see you from here. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait for a resource person. I believe maybe Nigeria has happened to him. We are all here. All right, it's moving on very well, and I believe you picked out some key things from his journey so
Yeah, I'm
far.
here, sir.
All right.
So the
All
light
right.
went, I have to get the light on back. Just switch the light. I have to go and get the light on. Okay, so I'm here now. Please carry on.
All right, sir. So, at what point in your career in the journey of building visibility did you realize, or in your career did you realize that visibility is key? You've told us a summary of your journey, but at what point, let's say outside the webinar you attended, did you realize that this visibility thing is very key to the success, or is a key strategy to the success of your career?
Yes, I realized because when I started working, when you start working as a professional, to start working for a company, for a firm, or for people, your first focus is to learn your profession, right? So you can add value to your employer and to your employer's clients. So that was my focus then. So that time, 2013 as a copper, 2014, 2015, 2016, I didn't really see the need because I was earning my salary, even though it was a fantastic salary then. But my immediate goal was just to learn, get experience, and maybe after a while, my experience, I can now start earning better in bigger places. So those early years, I didn't really consider it important. But now looking backwards, I don't say I regret it. I wished I actually took it serious from the first day. But when I started my practice on my own, my brother, trust me, if you don't make money, if you don't, I don't use the word hustle, but if you don't work hard, you will be hungry because no more salary. So at that point, even though people think I'm quite introvert, people think I'm extroverted. No, I'm very quiet. So God with my LinkedIn store, it's quiet. I don't like attention. But I realize as a business person, you have to just meet people. And as a lawyer, you cannot say I'm a lawyer, patronize me, and invest. No, you have to do it in a subtle manner. You're not allowed to solicit for business, but you can actually tell people that you're a lawyer, but you cannot solicit for business. So a lot of restrictions. So I started saying, look, I think there's no other way. Like when you're in the ocean, when you're close in the river or water, it's either you sink or you swim. So I mean that there was no choice. I didn't have a choice. So I started doing the offline thing. And I would say church help because my church, even I attend the Bible church. So in the church, let me ask, they said, you know what? Since you're doing your practice and your own, we'll give you leaders in the church who can help you. Not that they'll give you money, but they know people that can help you, that can give you opportunities and become your client. And that was what happened. So for the first 2 years of my practice, I was just doing more offline in church as a leader there. A lot of leaders gave me opportunity. Even till now, they've been wonderful. I can never remove the story in my life. Those leaders are amazing to me. Even till today, they still give me jobs. So I started with that, but I realized that I wanted more. I didn't have connection outside my church. I didn't have connections, so just within my church and my family and maybe my professional association. But it was not enough. So I had to start looking outside. And that period was when COVID started. And I said, I think the online, I've done a lot of research, a lot of webinars, a lot of, podcasts, everything. What you're saying, online, online, online. So I just, okay, at this point, I think that going online is the next stage for my visibility. So that was how I now realize that I think at this point, I don't have a choice but to continue building my visibility, but now on the online space than on the offline space.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Now, to our audience today, you've heard from our resource person. Church leaders played a key role in his career path. So, if you're a church member or a religious person per se, there is need for you to see how you can link up with those that are ahead of you in age, those who are higher than you even in your career or other sectors, so that they can also be a good link to maybe possible clients. And he also mentioned online space. There's something he mentioned that I want to bring to notice. He talked about social media, because I want to dive into the social media conversation now. He talked about social media followership. He said that is not a reach. It is just a platform that amplifies your branding journey. So if you have 10,000 followers, it doesn't mean you have built a very wide network. He said it is just a platform that amplifies your, your networking or branding strategy. So it means that as we progress in the conversation, I believe he will throw more light on that. But what I'm deducing from here is that just having followership on social media does not mean you're building visibility. It is part of it, I believe, but it doesn't mean it is built. That's just the way to build visibility. So with that, I will move into social media. Is a strategy we've seen businesses adopting. Is a strategy we see. Now we even have people having a career they call social media influencers. That's their own.
Yeah.
That's their own career path. Social media influencers. How they do it, some of us have not really understood it, but we see people buying cars, making a lot of money by just answering that name, social media influencer. So, sir, you've been quite very active and on LinkedIn. Even before this session, I had to still check you up on LinkedIn. I saw your pictures on several webinars there. What's your philosophy behind creating content on social media that connects, content that connects?
Okay, content says king. Content is king. So content is content. Anything you put out there that people can read, they can consume, they can engage with it, and they get value from its content. So my own strategy is simple because I'm a lawyer, I'm not an entertainer. And content should do three things. It should inform, it should educate, and it should entertain. Right. So out of these three, you can do two, you are good. You can do one, you can do the three, you'll be great. So for me, a lot of people don't know many things about property investments in Nigeria. A lot. And I know because in my job as a lawyer, I go to court and I see that the mistakes people bring to my bosses then and even to me, I think that if they are getting a lawyer to be involved before they invest, those errors will not have been made. I will not have been in court. I knew that about their problems already. I knew that. Then number two, I now have to study what I know as a lawyer in real estate. That was what I know a lot of things in law, but real estate is what I focus on more. So that real estate I think I know, I have to now sit down to understand it in the context of people that I'll be reading online, not writing for my company or my clients or writing for the judge or for court. No. How do I communicate what I know now to people that are not lawyers in a language that they understand? So, and I learned this from coaches on LinkedIn, American coaches and some marketing coaches. I learned from them that always use simple language. So LinkedIn then had a word, they had a limit of about 1,200 words that time. You cannot exceed. So, my plenty 1,500 posts, I have to summarize it. So that forced me to start writing short content and also say things that are technical in a simple way. That was how my content started connecting with people. So if you are an engineer, you're a contractor, you're an accountant, wherever you are, those are your things that are telling people about, that you know, right? Don't tell people online those things in that technical language. Simplify it. Now, when you start doing this thing, you know that content is not a joke. It's not simple at all. In fact, you know this stuff, you know how to solve the problem as a professional. But to now say it in a simple manner, you have to now relearn how to communicate. And for me, I leaned more on my communication method that is my strongest. I write more than I write better. I speak very well too, really. But writing is still my number one way of communication. So how best do you communicate? Do you write or do you speak? Or are you going on camera like this on camera? Camera now, video or the visual. That's it. In fact, video is the highest form of content. It's the most engaging. Is the king of them all. But it's not for all of us. If you know you're not good in video, you can't speak well, you're not fluent like I'm speaking like this. You can write very well. If you can speak fluently, or you like sharing, you can do podcasts. So content that engage starts by understanding that what you know people that are going to read those contents will not know it at the same level that you know it. You now have to simplify. As I see a doctor using Nkechi and Emeka storytelling. You see me on LinkedIn using Investor Jimmy storytelling. Most of the top guys in content around the world, they are excellent storytellers. So learn storytelling. And storytelling is not just telling me what happened. No. What happened, build tension, build suspense, what's the lesson to learn, and it take out. Once you can do this, trust me, your content will connect with people that you want to connect with. Not for everybody. No. It's meant for people that you want to connect, people that need real estate law now. When they see my content, they say this guy is very good. Because to write something like this at this level and you're doing it consistently, you must be very smart at what you do, right? So, but I don't want to meet everybody. It's not that I know that they need my service, that they will find me interesting. So it's not to meet everybody because you're not a celebrity or you're not an entertainer. You are a professional. So your goal is to build content that connects to the people that need it. And when they see it, they will easily connect with you because like magnet connecting with iron because they are, they are aligned. So that's what I'll say about that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Three things I picked from our resource person comment. You say, how best do you communicate? So I'll be asking myself that question. And I'm also learning because even before this session, I mentioned it to our resource person that that's another area I need to also, get myself strengthened, being consistent in creating content. And how best do you communicate? I think once someone is a professional is able to pick out that niche, whether you're a good storyteller, you're good with the camera, you want to speak, so you means you have to move into making video content, or you want to go into writing. So you need to assess yourself and pick a niche. Now, I want you to throw more light. Have you had, what was your feeling, when you had your first maybe LinkedIn post or social media post, or probably you didn't get enough enough views, enough reactions? Because most times people get discouraged after writing a content, and then you only see the only like there is the one you liked. After you posted, you liked it yourself.
Yeah.
Right? After posting, you liked it yourself. You post another content, and the only like there is the one you liked. And if that happens, maybe let's say consistently for three, let's say three times, have you had that experience before, and how did you manage it? Can you hear me, sir?
The LinkedIn post, when I started posting on LinkedIn, they didn't do well. But they didn't do well, but they are not bad. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Maybe
you are
network.
on my end.
Let me change. The network, okay. I think it's the network. Okay.
So
I said my first 2 or 3 LinkedIn posts did not take off like that. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't take off like that, right? But I knew that I will not have it overnight. So I knew that I would to take a while for me to really build my presence. So I was not discouraged. I was not even worried about. I didn't even expect anything immediately that maybe like clients or anything. I didn't expect. I was like, just make sure that I understand art. And for everybody else to start online, the first thing is not how fast can you grow. The first thing is how far can you go. Not how fast can you grow, but how far. So if you determine that I'm going to go for 5 years on this journey, and so let me tell you something that I learned from people in America. I listen to a lot of American people, a lot of people on markets, and they tell you that. So this was what made me to be very consistent. To say that nowadays the media has moved from organizations being the media to individuals being the media. And I'll break it down for you. So he said that everybody and every business is first a media company before what they do. So if you are talking about real estate in Nigeria now, there's no policy of government in real estate of Nigeria I don't talk about. So people just come to LinkedIn and want to know about real estate. So they see me as a media for that particular niche. I'm not CNN, I'm not BBC, I'm not AIT, but Sesi Undin, I'm influencing people's mind about, and I've just seen clients because of those things over years. So I said that, how far can I go? And I'll tell you what happened. The first 9 months, March 2020 to December, I was doing posting 5 times a week. And every Saturday morning, I'll go back to my post for the week and see people that left comments and like my post. I'll go and send them DM. Hi, Basi, how are you doing today? Thank you for liking my post or commenting my post on Monday. It means a lot to me, and I wait for supporting you. I did that every Saturday. Imagine
Wow.
doing that for 1 year. So I was not looking for anything, but
Wow.
it didn't even take me 3 months to get my, it didn't take me 3 months to get my first clients. It was stressful, but I wanted close rapport, close connection. I didn't just want large numbers then. So I got a lot of people's number on LinkedIn by doing that. By I think by that June, someone came in Malaysia and gave me a job in Malaysia. And that job crystallized the following year. That same year, October, someone in UK gave me an opportunity, a litigation matter in court. I went to court, won the case for the following year. And this woman never liked my post, never commented my post, never touched my post, but she just said she sees me on LinkedIn and that exactly what I post about is the problem she's having in real estate. So when I saw those results, I said, oh, so it's working. We'll stay here. Then the following year again, January 1st, 2021, I posted Happy New Year on LinkedIn. I said, but I'm still in my parents' house. I just went to my parents' birthday for the new year. I said, let me stay with them for like 3 more days. Let me just be posting on LinkedIn. I'm not really busy yet. I said, how can I post this thing for 90 days? Brethren, I posted on LinkedIn for 90 consecutive days. Remember, I tried to post 5 times a week for the previous year. Nobody asked me, no challenge. All these videos, I don't do any challenge, no challenge, nobody, no pastor, no mother, no father, no. It's just my personal determination. I posted for 90 days, January to early April that year. By that April, my muscle for that thing had become very strong. Very strong that if I don't post in a day, I'll feel like I'm not complete. And I posted, so I said, okay, you know what, I've mastered this thing now. So I don't have anything to prove to anybody again. I am regular. I know how to do it. And I was posting, I was changing my style, storytelling, different style of writing. And it was not getting engagement, followership. I was getting a lot of followers because of that. And I said, okay, I think I understand how this thing works. And I'll say something before I end this part of the question now. Now, what I was doing was that I was understanding how the platform works. So to start on social media and succeed, you must understand how the platform works. You cannot grow on a platform that you are not a student of. It's like trying to study accounting now and have an accounting degree, but you don't understand accounting, you will never pass the accounting course. And remember, this is not why I don't like this thing like that, but I know that it will give me results, so I have to understand it. It's like you don't like your lecturer in university, but you have to still just like him and pass the course. If you pass that course, you might not greet him tomorrow, but you pass the course. So I will come to LinkedIn every day and I will say, how do people write? How are they writing on LinkedIn? How are they getting comments? How are they getting likes? How do I post do this post? They like this post. And so it's not as if you're no
Okay. I can't hear you clearly from my end.
Very interesting. 2 years.
Okay.
Just
I think we lost you. We lost you for a moment. Yeah, we lost you for a moment.
Am I audible now?
Help us recap. Yes.
Okay. What did I say? What was the last thing you heard that I said? What was the last thing you heard that I said?
I didn't get. The line was breaking, so I didn't get your statement.
Okay, so I was saying that I spent like almost 2 years trying to understand how the platform works. And I actually understood that, okay, now I know how LinkedIn works, when to post, what I'll write. And I hacked the system. I knew how. I said, okay, now let me now still start now looking for opportunities that will give me real money. Now, that second year, I got an award. And I got the speaking engagement. I got an invitation from the MBA Engineering Association by the branch to speak to young lawyers. So I went there on a panel that has several senior lawyers. The teacher that was there. So I said, this is working. So I got so many awards. Different things. I said, no, this is working. And this is what I really dreamt about years ago. That I want to be, I want to be visible. I want to be a speaker. I want to be going to, programs. And I say, okay, this is giving me this thing. Let me better stay with it and be consistent, even though I'm already consistent. So when I'm consistent, you must still find a way to remain consistent and remain relevant. Otherwise, if you just stay off for a while, that thing you have missed will just start dropping. And I find yourself back to square one. So that's how I did my own.
Okay, thank you so much. And over to you, our audience. It's time to ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. I believe we are all on social media and we are professionals. So what are the questions that you've been pondering on how to build visibility? Let me see the hands popping up. I am very certain we have questions from our own social media experiences, not just the one we reply to, messages. We're talking about building visibility now. Are there challenges you've been facing? That's why we have our resource person here this evening. Okay. Now, I don't know. Is there a difference? Maybe before I move to my next question, sir. Is there a difference between building visibility and networking?
Yes. So the visibility is just trying, everything you do to make people aware of your personality.
Okay, we have someone on.
I have a question.
Okay, I think Tiana, you can speak.
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much for this great opportunity. Yes, so as for me, growing up, basically, I've always had this kind of notion of social media being a place for some certain people is not my kind of thing. Even profile pictures, sometimes I don't do it. But later on, attending several programs like this, I had to break out to a certain extent. But still yet, I still restrain from some certain things. So I mean, coming out basically to all these kind of things have been a difficult thing for me, basically. So I don't know how you can help to navigate through, growing up having that kind of mindset, notion, and trying to break out of it. What do you suggest that I do personally to be able to, fit into this?
Tiana, what do you do? What is your profession? What do you do?
Sorry?
What is your profession? What do you do as a professional?
Okay, he's asking about your profession.
Okay, I'm a newscaster. I'm a broadcast journalist, actually.
Okay, so do you want to be like someone like let me see, who can I use that as an example? Okay, do you know this guy channel, Okiki on channel, that guy on channels, the guy that does the money
Yes.
the money sunrise. Do you like what you do? You follow him on LinkedIn or Instagram?
I think I saw him on LinkedIn recently. Yeah.
Do you like what he does on LinkedIn? Do you like it?
Yeah.
And do you think that what he's doing on LinkedIn, if he leaves channels today, do you think that he'll get another job easily? Or even if he starts his own podcast or whatever, do you think that he would? Why do you say you don't think so? Why?
Well, he has built this kind of, reputation. He has built this kind of how would I say it? He has this kind of print that he has already, a landmark basically, that when he leaves, it will be felt. Yeah.
Yeah. So the point is that Tiana, right? How you feel is irrelevant. Do you know why I said that? It sounds harsh. When the Bible says that men do not light a candle and put it under what? Can you please never?
The bush, Hello.
Okay, I think
Can you hear me?
Tiana, do you agree with me that you are an asset to yourself? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I
Yes,
hear
I
you.
can now.
I said, Tiana, do you agree that you're an asset to yourself? Do you agree?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, I said, do you agree that you're an asset to yourself, to your country,
Yes,
to your
sir.
nation, to your church, to people that are even on board? Do you agree that you're an asset? But how would people know that you're an asset if they don't see you and see what you can do and know about it? That's the problem of this. It's not about how you feel about it. See, go to my Facebook, everywhere. You can't see my parents, my sister, my brother. Whereby my profession, yes. Because a lot of people will make more mistakes. If someone like me is not, I owe it to God. I owe it to them. Imagine Joseph in the prison telling himself that I don't want to be visiting because my brother put me in the dungeon. And now I'm Potiphar's out because I was trying to be a good boy. They put me in the prison, let me keep quiet. And that man was going to the king's palace and said, Sir, please let me help you interpret your dream. If they didn't tell that, sir, please, we get to pay you. Remember me. No, no, remember Joseph. They might not remember him. He spoke, he opened his mouth and said, that's networking. He networked. And because he has done something, the guy saw his ability. He said, this man can interpret dreams. So closed mouths don't get fed. And this era, the way to speak up and say what you can do is not what you see me impressing now. No. Put it on social media. Don't forget how you feel is immaterial. This is immaterial. Life does not care about feelings. Life cares about results. Me, and the thing is, I'm very private. You know me 2020, 2019, 2018. I'm a very private person. But right now, I'm still very private because you can't go to my house without calling me. You can't, I'm very private, but on social media, I'm very loud. And I'm very loud in a structured way because for every time I go to any program, I post about it. I was at the webinar, I write about it. So that we are seeing that this person that your lawyer, he's busy, he's visible, he's adding value, and people's mind are constantly being shaped by what I'm putting out there. I'm shaping how I want them to view me. I am programming how I want them to consider me. I am guiding them. So it's a game. We can all play this game, but we can play it as Christians in an ethical way that is godly. Men don't light a bushel and put it under, a table. I hope that answers the question, Tiana.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
okay, before we take on
Well, I'll
the
encourage you for one thing. So I'll encourage you. Yeah, Tiana, I'll encourage you one final thing. So that feeling you have, just tell to God that God, I have this feeling. I know that it is not from you. God has not given you the spirit of fear, but the spirit of boldness and of sound mind. So pray to God about that thing. And like I said, figure out how best you communicate. You can still be quiet and be a very loud writer. Nobody can know you're staying. They can't know who your husband is. They can say, tell them, what you put online, people will know. So please take out that feeling from your mind and start to show up gradually. Then before you know it, it will become normal for you.
Amen. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
I really
sir.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Before we take on Amarachi, our time is moving. Two things I picked from what our speaker said. You're shaping and programming the minds of how people will view you. It's very powerful. All right, Amarachi, you can go on.
Right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I wanted to find out what advice would you give? So I'm a creative, right? And this is going to be a shocker, but I do not have a LinkedIn account. I hear a lot about LinkedIn, everybody's talking about LinkedIn. To me, I feel like LinkedIn is more of LinkedIn is for structured professionals, like bankers, all these people that are looking for jobs in companies and
Lawyers.
offices. So what would you advise? I wouldn't say what would you advise. I'll say the question is, should a creative have a LinkedIn account? Like, is LinkedIn compulsory for a creative? Because creatives are, how do I put it? We're mostly freelance, like artists, designers,
I get it.
freelance.
Yeah, I get it.
How does LinkedIn benefit us?
Okay, I'm asking, so what do you do as a creative? What is your core, what is your area of creativity?
So I
Because
am a fashion designer, and last
fantastic.
year I went into freelance architecture as well.
Fantastic.
So
So
these
you
are
are
my
doing
core.
your work is visual, right? So you can use LinkedIn. But now what determines the platform you use largely is determined by the audience you want to reach. If you are doing fashion design, trust me, your place to go is Instagram. Instagram, because you are selling dress, you want to feel your dress out. Instagram is your place
Yeah,
to go.
yeah.
Instagram, because it's more visual, and LinkedIn is more tailored to writing, right? Writing, carousels,
Okay.
videos. It's more of writing. LinkedIn, Instagram is more tailored to videos and
Okay.
pictures. So I would say yes, use Instagram for fashion designing. But if you're doing
Okay.
your architectural whatever work, you can also use
Yeah.
LinkedIn, you can also use Instagram, right? But who are you trying to reach? You're trying to reach CEOs. Trust me, they're on LinkedIn. They
Yeah.
live and live on LinkedIn. They might not post
Yeah.
anything, but they're there. Not to reach companies. Companies now, they're on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
They're doing
Okay.
B2B. They're doing B2C, Instagram, right? But
Okay.
you can merge it. So Apoku Doctor more is on Instagram, but he writes on LinkedIn too. Maybe not every time, but at least it's twice a week he writes on LinkedIn. I'm doing the reverse. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, but I write on Instagram when I like, right? So anybody can use LinkedIn. But if your audience is not majorly there, use it as a secondary platform. Why use a picture or video platform as your primary platform? So anybody, I've seen writers, I've seen people that are doing voiceover on LinkedIn. I have friends who are doing the MC events. And if you know this lady on LinkedIn, this lady, her name is Temi Badru, Temi, T-E-M-M. She's a lawyer, she's also an event. It was one of the big guests in Nigeria right now. She hosts events for the presidency, for state governors, for different powerful events. She's a lawyer. I started on LinkedIn 2019. But like that girl don't blow. She don't blow. Now let me just sit down. She don't blow. And she's on LinkedIn. She didn't even use Instagram and say, yeah, he's doing picture. It was on that LinkedIn she met our big clients. Do you get? And she has like 100,000 followers. So you can use it, but if your audience are more of people that are buying clothes from tailors, then Instagram.
Okay.
If your audience are more of people that are buying professional services like law services, account services, whatever, can use LinkedIn because most of them
Okay.
they are on that platform too. So your audience, you can determine where you focus your presence. But that does not mean you can see have a presence on LinkedIn, but it just be minimal. Why
Okay.
Instagram will be your major platform for your visibility. Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, let's keep the questions coming. Okay, we have a message on this chat box says we can create an interesting, okay, that's a suggestion. We can create an interesting meeting too on TikTok, like meeting this can be held. All right, we'll see to that, Kehinde. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Okay, sir. Before I move, our time is though we started late. Before I move to a conversation, sway to networking, you have a book called Linkspiration. So how did your book Linkspiration come about, and what key lessons does it offer for professionals trying to grow through LinkedIn specifically?
Okay, that book is titled Inspiration. Inspiring stories. So it's LinkedIn. So LinkedIn inspiration. So Linkspiration. Inspiring stories of LinkedIn connections, community, collaborations, and celebrations. That's so my LinkedIn journey. So after 2 years of LinkedIn, 2020 March to 2021 March, and 2022 March, I said, my birthday is September 12th. Let me write something about my journey. Because people always say LinkedIn is very hard, LinkedIn is very, very fake. And I'm like, this thing is blessing my life. Oh. People, why are you slandering LinkedIn like this? So I said, let me write, but I didn't write a tactical book on how to use LinkedIn. No. I wrote a book about the people I met on LinkedIn and how our relationship has blossomed, how the relationship blessed me, and how I blessed them. Right. So the lesson is that you don't have to wait until you are 10 years on a job or on an experience to write. Once you have mastered how to do something beyond basic level, there's somebody who is on that beginner level that will learn from that experience. So now people can go, sir, mentor me. I want to use LinkedIn. I say, I will not mentor you. Don't worry. I have a book I've written. Go and read that book. So the key lessons in that book is very, very simple. I have a piece that I wrote down here. So that key lesson is that, number one, in building visibility online, reputation is better than reach. So people that gave me more work on LinkedIn opportunity and we collaborated together, most of them, in fact, it was because of my content. So, and on the online space, people cannot know if you are a Christian, they can't know if you are holy, if you are a bad person, if you are integrity. They will not know until you say it, until they see it. What they can know easily is when you write something or post content. So, content online is your reputation. It's what gives people it's what gives people an idea of what you are, who you are. Now, it might be if you meet you in real life or you guys work together and you fumble, that means that person is fake. It's not real. That means they're just pushing out, they are lying. But if it's not real, it now further confirms that once you wrote online, they've explained the same thing offline. So this person is consistent, right? So reputation is more important than reach. I have 22,000 followers on LinkedIn. But most of my community members, people that have given me job, my friend, and I think my party, maybe about 200 of them or less, 200 are my guys, my main guys, 200. But that's not key because people just like so that's it. Second point is that in building online visibility, one-on-one communication is more important than one-to-many. What do I mean? One-to-many means when I post a content on LinkedIn, a lot of people will see it, they will like it and comment. That's one-to-many. And speaking to many people. But when somebody posts on LinkedIn, I'm actually posted on LinkedIn about maybe her voiceover, and I saw it, and I liked her post, and I wrote a comment that's encouraging and inspiring. And actually will see that comment, and she will feel like, oh, thank you. She will feel that this person commented. She will feel good about it. If I do that for 10 consecutive, let's say for 3 consecutive months, somehow I'm actually start feeling that me and her, we are connected on that space. Then I now send that a DM. I'm actually, you are doing well. Keep it up. I follow you. I like what you're doing. God bless you. Don't stop. She'll feel more, she'll feel more connected with you again. Then after I say, I say I'm doing LinkedIn Live in 2 weeks' time. Please, if you're doing a LinkedIn Live about law and passion, invite me. I can give you, I can assist you. She invites me. I come to the platform. I give value. She likes the value I give, and I always like the value I give. You see that we are now becoming more closer. Then one day, oh, Ceci, I have somebody wants to do an agreement. Can you help me? Says yes. That's it. So one-on-one is more powerful than one-to-many. Especially when you're just starting. So send those. Start like commenting on people's. Remember on LinkedIn, Instagram, any of this platform. Comment on people's posts. Then secondly, send them DMs. The last one is that to build meaningful connections, focus on what you can give than what you can get. Most people that in that book, I went to about 10 people in that book. Most of them, I went to them first. At least I'm a lawyer of 9 years at the bar. I'm a lawyer. I'm already, I unbooked myself and I went to that DM. In fact, there's one lady in our church. I went to her DM. She just wrote a LinkedIn for and said, if I write a book about this topic, it's about health, will you buy it? That was on Saturday, around something to 8. I was like, wow. So I went to our GM. I said, hi, so person. I read your post about this book and everything. I don't know what this book is about, but whatever you want to write, please write it. I will buy it. So that's just give her more inspiration. So I gave her a number. I encouraged her. She wrote the book and said she wants to have a book launch on Telegram. That I should come and be one of the speakers. I said, I'm not a nurse. I'm a lawyer. I don't know if I'm no, sir. Just come. That was when that lady became very close to you. They are very close to now. Can you imagine? Just buy. So I didn't get, and she didn't give me any money, any opportunity, anything, but I invested in her. by supporting her, and today she's now an author. So just focus on what you can give. And the best way to give on platforms online is to comment on people's posts, comment on their posts, encourage them, inspire them, motivate them. Just be positive. People like positivity around them. The more positive you are, the more people will like. So those are the experiences that I learned in that book, and it has really helped me till date.
Thank you so much, sir. We would really love to have the book, and I believe I'm speaking for our audience today. If you would love to read Linkspiration, just wave at me. Your digital hand is there. Just wave at me. If we are not waving, he won't provide the book. Oh. If you love to have the Linkspiration, wave at me, wave at me. All right, that's wonderful. I think with time we will have Instaspiration, something like that. But for now, what we have is Linkspiration. So how do we get hold of this book? Is it digital copy, or we must get the physical copy?
No, I have it on my PDF. It's on PDF. It's e-fun. I don't have it on hard copy. So I'll just share the link. Let me post it in the chat box. But the link to the book is there. It's just 3,000 naira. That price should have gone up by now, but I don't know. I just left it that's very cheap. So, but that book is powerful, right? That book is, because people are just carried away with like, comments. I have people, I think that people say by my LinkedIn, you know, I have more than 200 phone numbers on LinkedIn of real people. 200. So all this, the buzz of, you know, followers is good, but the real deal is that connecting. The way I'm connecting with you now, how can you build somebody? I mean, how can you be connecting with somebody on that platform and it's human, genuine? I have calls with them on LinkedIn, and we became very close. But I can't do it with everybody. It's not possible because I don't have the time to do that. It's never possible. So that book will tell you what you can do with people in on their platforms. And I offer myself to do their podcast. Some of them I offer to teach them how to use LinkedIn. Some of them I went to DM them about the just made us become very closer. So that book will help you to grow more.
You're always saying sorry. You still do what you want to do.
Okay, I think someone is
calling me like this.
Me, can you please mute? Okay, I think I can. All right, thank you. You can go on, sir.
Yes, I posted it now in the chat box now. I've shared my link on the book. So just go to that link on my chat box and click it. You get the book, 3,000 naira, and just read it. And let me know your thoughts about the book. Thank you.
If you're a professional, you can't afford to miss out from reading this book. I'm getting my own copy right away after this session. I think in our last session, the resource person gave us a list of books, and we have another book recommendation. So you don't have any excuse. This last half of this year, or even this quarter, you have a list of books that have been recommended. So moving on, I mentioned the word networking earlier on, and I think because of our time, we will just take very few questions from my end, and if our audience have questions, we'll also take them before we close. So what has been your most effective method of building meaningful professional relationship? Is it online or offline?
Okay, so everything is offline. I thought I said offline. So offline now, because of my background, my parents are civil servants. We are civil servants retired now, and our church now, our church now, we are conservative. So social events, we didn't grow up attending parties, birthday, and everything. So I realized that, man, the real world don't play that. The real world does not play that like that. So I have to find my own way. I don't go to club. I don't go to bar with them to drink. I don't do all those things. But how do I now meet people? So I had a strategy. I started from my own professional group, even though they won't give me clients because my clients are not, they're outside. So as a young lawyer, I joined I said I want to be a lawyer that will be active in his professional association. I'll be known, I'll be active, I'll serve, I'll be known. So I started going to meetings and I served my way. I started heading the committee then. And people I met in that committee, and one of them now, she's now working for a company that is in Africa now. She's a very big lawyer now. So I gave me a lot of clients. When I was in that committee, my mom was like, let me just serve this committee and go. But after 4 years of service, even till date, I'm still reaping the reward of that opportunity, that service. So number one is that serve in church, serve in professional association. Now I'm serving in my right now. I serve as the alternate chairman in my MBA branch as the chairman of policy committee. I'm the alternate chairman. I also serve as an ESCO member of the Nigerian Bar Association, section on business law, construction, project, and construction committee. So I'm on different committees. I'm serving, and after a while, this committee I serve on, I'm discussing about opportunities. Oh, to travel abroad, this, that, and that's how I get opportunities. Second one is that I target the events of people in my network. You know, my friends, my colleagues, even my clients. People already know what my clients are. You know, they're having a ceremony. I want to go there. I want to show up for them, give them money, and also that they see that on their day of joy or their day of sadness, this guy showed up for me. So it further strengthens rapport. So start with people that already your friends in church, your family members, your colleagues. Please, they are doing birthday. If I want to go to the party, just go and greet them and leave. That's my style. I just come there and leave. I say, how are you? Okay, yeah. How are you? How are you? How are you, everybody? I'm out. If you want to dance with them, fine. So burial, attend ceremony. That's how you build connections. And when you go there, meet people that you don't know. By people that you do, sir, can I meet you? And so build rapport. Sir, I like your dress. You're wearing a really well-ironed dress. And stay sincerely, not just flattery now. Ma, I love your hairstyle. It's beautiful. God bless you. Mama, can I meet you? Person tell you his name. Oh, ma, you smile really, ma, you smile very nice, and your teeth are well set. God bless you, ma. You give it from there, you start chatting with them, get their phone number, afterwards, send them a message, and it starts. So build rapport. Then finally, find ways to be a resource to people. What do I mean? If I meet Robasi now, I know that Robasi is into engineering for the first time. Maybe he's into civil engineering. Whenever I see any conference, webinar, whatever, even material on civil engineering, I send to him without him asking me. Sometimes I even have known about that thing before, but no problem, I'll send it to him. So that way, without seeing me as somebody that is resourceful, people want people in their lives that are resourceful. By doing that, you don't have to force yourself on somebody. I don't say let's talk. No, I have your number. Start with sending materials, all those things. After a while, sir, can we have a call? You'll say yes. Can we have lunch? You'll say, before you know it, we now become very close. So, but they're online now. Online, 3 things work online. Number one, the people that build connection online most are people that share content. They are producing.
Okay, we lost our resource person. Okay, he has joined.
Sorry, let's not keep me out. I'm sorry. Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Because I say online, the people that make progress online more are the producers, not the consumers. If you produce content, you will easily build influence and everything that comes with it. So produce content and post content. Secondly, focus on building one-on-one relationship with people. Then thirdly, find ways to serve people and collaborate. Once you do that, just in 2-3 years' time, you'll start getting massive influence on the online space. So networking is a very good word, but just see networking as how do I build rapport with somebody that does not know me? Now, the person now knows me and now wants to have me in their space by virtue of what they have seen about me. That is networking. It can be online or it can be offline. And sorry to say, I have to add this point now. You don't have to be an extrovert to meet people and network. I'm an introvert, but I have one style. I do want to meet everybody in the room. No. In the retreat, I don't meet everybody in the retreat. Just some 2-3 people is okay for me. But I will now build close rapport with those people. But some of us are extroverts. We can meet everybody in the room. Fantastic. That's their own strength. So no one's a strength. No one's. You just know where your strength is and leverage more on your strengths than trying to work on your weakness. No, because it's about energy. Now, relationship is about energy. So if your energy is not strong, that's not connect with you. So if you're an introvert, don't worry. Just make sure that people you connect with, you build rapport with them very fast. An extrovert is also good too. So whichever one you are, it boils down to you being deliberate. You go for a conference now. Who are the people that want to visit that conference? You must have a list of people that, oh, this person, that person, that person. You must have a list, or people in this area. I want to connect with them. And if you just 2 or 3 you met, it's okay. It's not by how many you gather, but those 2 or 3 you gather, they are very deep with them and well connected. They'll give you more connections again. That's the idea of how networking works.
Thank you so much, sir. I think I agree with you. One of the challenges we have from some of us from our background, it's that's being very conservative. Just telling yourself, I know that there are people who are naturally extroverts, but because of our upbringing, our upbringing has made us that introverts by duress. So it is necessary. We are talking about building visibility in the new normal. So we are not the one that is determining the new normal. The new normal is determining the new normal. So we need to find a way of adapting, as just like our speaker said, as believers, to find a way of leveraging the opportunities that we have within us. So step out, attend birthday. I'll start thinking of birthdays to attend burials. Even if you will not cry there, attend burials, meet people, one-on-one networking, just like our resource person said. Let's practice it. Go for events. Don't just go to work, especially for us Lagos, Lagos 9 to 5 persons. Morning you're going to the office, in the evening you're coming back, traffic. Saturdays you'll be like, no, I want to rest. This Saturday I want to rest. Sunday, of course, for some of us it's always a busy day, and Monday you started all over again. You're not following up on I asked a friend who is a finance manager of a company in Lagos. Just today we spoke today. So I was asking the person, how are you doing? Have you read the new tax law? She said no. I'm talking about a finance manager of a company that has not read the new tax law that was just passed. So it means if you have not read it, you won't know how to apply it. That one is sure. Have you been following up with PwC so that you know their reviews? They say no. So most people have that kind of attitude. There are webinars everywhere in Lagos. You see webinars every day. You see conferences. I attended the last year's African Tech Expo, and I know the connection I made from there. I know how beneficial it has become as a data analyst, as someone who is interested in strategy. I was talking to someone I met there, he's into robotics. He was talking about AI on the board, AI in corporate governance, AI that has to be part of a board of directors. So these are conversations you meet when you attend programs like that. So I believe our audience will not just listen today, but will go out, and the little we can do, just like our speaker said, you don't have to go to clubs to meet people and all that, right? But within what we can do as believers, it's necessary that we leverage it. So because of time, we have another program we need to attend this evening. Because of time, I'll just jump to my last 2 questions. How has your faith as a believer, you've been talking about being a member of Deeper Life, as a believer, how has your faith influenced your approach to visibility, public engagement, and personal growth?
Wow, that's a fantastic question. So as a believer, I believe that I've been called by God in my profession. It's not a mistake. Like Esther said, that I was I'm appointed. I mean, I was here for a time like this. Session Udin is in the legal profession for a time like this. Where online first is how people buy and sell. So God has seen that I'll be here. So can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. We lost
Am I audible? Am I still audible? Okay, yes, I said that. So faith plays a role because I know that by the grace of God, I'm in profession because God puts me in profession. So anything I'm doing by faith, knowing that it is part of the process that I will go through to become who God has destined me to become, who God has called. And I even had a dream one day. I had a dream on this whole issue. So that dream, so it was 2021, I was going through a very painful, terrible situation. But in that dream, I saw me and two of my colleagues, right? And they said, this person is good at ABC. This other person is good at ABC. And I said, this person, me, and I said, this guy is beyond. This one, he said everything has to do with online and LinkedIn. He's a guru. Just leave this for him. So I said, this is, and after I was just growing my presence online. So I shared with one of my leaders. I said, well, there's not anything about LinkedIn. What you know is that whatever I'm doing now, don't stop doing it. And that time was a very time of discouragement. I was discouraged for a lot of things that time. It was a painful time for me. So I was discouraged, but that thing kept me going. So faith, I know that it's a journey. So I know that at the end of this journey, it will not be a waste. Something big will come out. So I know that I go to post every day, knowing that it's part of my own part to play, so that God also plays his own part. I pray, oh God, give me clients. Where are the clients? They are online. So I pray to God, knowing that God, I've put in the work. I've read my studies. I've practiced law. I've put out content. God bless me. So I pray that God, Pastor Paul told me this year that if God gave me a new job, his company gave us a job to do for 1 year. And he said that he has been looking for someone like me. I think my friend said, oh, pray to God that anybody looking for you and they cannot find you, eyes are closed, that God should open their eyes to find you. How would they find you? They're not online. I tell my friend, I said, you're just praying, oh God, destiny helper, connect me. Also connect you, but you're not on social media. You know, these guys, you go and check out social media. So my faith has influenced the fact that I must move is how the world is moving. Meanwhile, for God's agenda, I don't even preach on social media. But when people come to my DM, I will start talking. Say, hey, pastor. I'm not a pastor, but I'm a child of God. I will pray for some of them. And since that time you prayed work too. That interview I did, I did not, I passed. I'm just playing you. So you know, you pray for me and it works. So faith is influences my hand. That's why I'm involved in my professional position. I'm involved in politics there. I'm involved in leadership. My friend won an election on Tuesday as the first female ever in history to become the chairperson of a branch of Nigerian Association. Test me in 50 years. I'm not even in that branch. I'm in the but I supported that lady. I was helping out her LinkedIn. We prayed about it. I supported her, and today I can say my very close friend is a chairman. Because if she's a chairman, I can say, Madam, do this, do that, and she'll give me listening ears. My own chairman too of my own branch, right? I didn't campaign for him, but I was his supporter. And when he got there, I said, sir, everything on social media, do this for me. I will do this for you. At no cost to you. I'll serve you for 2 years. And he agreed. Then you have to say, okay, you be on this committee now and be the alternate chairman and let us have our branch out. So faith is just the reason why I'm in those places, so that when there are decisions to be made, I stand for God and I say, you can't do this when I'm here. I also have a committee where I tell my friends that I'm with this committee, you can't take bribe, you can't give bribe, you can't steal money. And we shared our budget and our expenses to our members. And that day, so from the government saw my budget, my presentation. I said, this is very impressive for a young lawyer. So my opponent even said that this is the first time in this branch that we have a program and they will not steal money. And somebody will even say they even use their personal money to invest in the program. I read that I felt so proud of myself. So my faith has influenced me. And really, I say any of my friends that are going to that not see for, I'll go there with them. And I'll compete with them. I'm a Christian. And I'll show them that the excellence of God, right, is equal to any task and can even, in a good way, compete with them and, if possible, defeat them at what they are doing. So that has been my journey. I don't regret it. And I encourage every believer, please, if you're not on those stuff, you can't compete. Be on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. Just be there and do things the right way. Don't complain. Oh, Nigeria is bad. No way. Look at this man. Look at the man that you're talking about, Mr. Taiwo Idele. That was the chairman of the Presidential Task Force Committee on Tax Reforms. The man, in just a year or 2 years of government, he has made Nigeria have a new tax law. And the man was visible about the journey. From his appointments, he had a WhatsApp channel, or even when they passed the law, it was visible. On his birthday, I watched his birthday on YouTube. He talked about how his journey. And so, visibility and faith, they go hand in hand. Like I said earlier, can men light a candlestick and put it under a bushel? If you are doing that, that means you don't have faith. If you post online, it means that you have faith. That post is a seed that can grow. Even if it dies, the Bible says, except a seed, kind of which falls to the ground and dies, it abides. So you just take that faith, that Lord, I trust you. I will go there and start posting. It might take me 2 or 3 years, but I believe you that with your wisdom, with your knowledge and understanding, this seed will grow. And when it grows, it will be a platform to influence lives positively. That has been my own strategy. And trust me, I don't say it out of social media, but deep within me, that's what I'm doing. I influence so many people because I'm a Christian and I'm also a lawyer, and it's very visible on social media.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Like I always say, faith is a part of everything we do in life. Even for those who don't believe in God, who are in business, who are in anything, you still have to have faith in what you want to do. So you still need to believe that, okay, you don't believe in God. You're not anchoring on God that this thing will succeed, but you still have to believe, have faith that that thing you're doing will succeed. So faith is an anchor. Faith is an anchor. So at this moment, I will hand over to my co-host Shokpe to close us for this session.
All right, thank you very much again, Ceci. Please pronounce your name properly so that we don't go around calling you wrongly.
Ceci. Let's pronounce Ceci.
Ceci.
Yeah.
What of your surname?
Unding.
Unding. Thank you very much, Ceci Unding, for your time. We're very grateful for opening up, for being vulnerable with us, and also for sparing our time to share with us. I'm sure many people have been inspired. I am one of them, to ensure that we build consistency, to ensure that the light of God in us actually shines, and to ensure that the glory of God also is evident to us. How do people know what's special about Christians? How do people know what's special about you if you do not show forth the gifts that God has given you? And I pray that for each and every one of us that have listened, as the Bible says, a man that is diligent in his business will stand before kings and not before mean men, that all of us, as we have been inspired and motivated and even taught on how to build our visibility online and also use it for God's glory, that each and every one of us will stand before kings and not just before mean men, in Jesus' name. I want to thank everyone that's taken time out to join us. I'm sure you enjoyed the session as much as I did. We'll be back again next week, every Friday by 8 p.m. Sorry that we took some time earlier today. We had other engagement for some people. I imagine that a number of sisters may have joined the Women Fellowship, and maybe some people were caught up in the very spectacular traffic today, especially on the island. But thank you very much for joining. For those that have left us, if they reach out to you to say, what else did they say? Please share everything that you've learned and let us help ourselves. So I'll leave everyone with just one activity. And that is that in the next 1 week, before we come back again on Friday, endeavor to make at least one post on LinkedIn. We'll start gradually. If you don't even have a LinkedIn page, you should start there. Open up your LinkedIn page. You're a professional, you have something to share. And trust me, you don't really have to have all the accolades to share something. I remember when I had started recently, I'll post that, I see that many people don't have an idea of something about students, what to expect at interviews and stuff. At that point, I was literally maybe 1 year or 2 years at the bar. So you must always have something to share. That's my point. You always have something to share. Or maybe it's even to encourage other people. Right now, I'm going to go and do my own on LinkedIn to encourage people. It is half of the year has gone. no recognition, no awards, no the thought leadership. The vision board doesn't look like a reality. But let's change the narrative so that the same thing doesn't repeat itself at the end of the year. Thank you very much again for joining us. Thank you again, Mr. Sesi Undeyin, for joining us. Till next time, we remain your anchors, Bro Emmanuel Basi and Shokwe. We'll be coming back next week, and I don't know, but Emmanuel, please, do you want us to share what the topic is for next week?
Yes, let's share so that our audience will be prepared with their questions. We didn't get much today. We are hoping that by next week we'll get more questions. But my own parting words is, it is a practical, it's been a practical session. Let's go out and make ourselves visible.
Thank you very much. So by next week, we'll be asking everyone what posts they've made. You must show evidence. Not to be explain yourself. This is what happened. No, please, you must have evidence of what you have posted. And it would be nice for us to also have screenshot of it so that we can play it and also showcase it as slides on the WhatsApp group to say further to the program on Friday, the 4th of July. This is what I was able to post on LinkedIn. Next week, we are discussing a very important topic. It's themed Thriving in Uncertainty, how to build personal stability. For financial literacy and saving habits, maintaining your mental health, setting personal boundaries, staying hopeful and focused amid chaos. And our resource person will keep it a secret. Till this time next week, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend and good night, everyone. Thank you again, Mr. Sesi Undeyin.
Thank you, very barrister.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, see you guys on LinkedIn.
See you there. I will be liking your post this night.
Yeah, welcome. Please tag me, and I'll share my own post about this session next week Friday. So watch out. So please tag me in your post. I'm happy to engage in your post, comments with your post. Please tag me. I'll support your growth. Trust me. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, please, we have our resource person LinkedIn, his link on the chat box, so you can follow him on LinkedIn. You can also follow him on YouTube. So he has outlined, follow him on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. He has a podcast on Spotify known as Real Estate Law Conversations. So if you want to know, everything about real estate, follow him on Spotify. Thank you and good night.